Okay, hello and welcome back to Land Rover Toolbox videos. We've already enlisted the help of a volunteer to rock the steering and check for any worn components in the steering joints while the vehicle has the wheels rested on the ground. This you'll find in our playlist on our channel, The Fine Art of Land Rover Maintenance, Repair, Inspection and Servicing Techniques. Now for a shout out for Land Rover's live workshop guides. You'll find that the tutorials on their channel are very well laid out and informative, something that you can go over there after watching this video and have a look at. Presented by Matt Cooper and his friends. Check them out on the channel and the link is below in the description of this video as well. Okay, so carry on with checks and inspection. One of the ways that you could inspect your vehicle is to keep the wheels on, just jacking up one wheelbase at a time with a jack, and then checking it with a bar for wheel bearing play or swivel play, and then checking the condition of the tyres by spinning them and inspecting them. Alright, that'll be all sides of the tyre, the top, the tread, and the two sidewalls. You could be a little bit more adventurous, or out of necessity put it on axle stands so you have the wheels off the ground and they're supported. You would have cracked off the wheel nuts to make sure you can undo them while they're on the stands, and with a bar you can check for excessive wheel bearing play or swivel pin lift or play. So after you've done that, you can then take the wheels off and have a good look behind the wheels, which sometimes you really need to do to check that all these components are in good condition or serviceable. Now I'll show you how to check wheel bearings and play. Bar underneath and move the wheel. You can see that here it looks like it's got play. Now this would indicate a problem. You can see the movement. The way to tell whether it's a wheel bearing or something else is to get an assistant to put the foot on the brake. This will then clamp the disc so it will isolate the wheel bearings so they're not moving. This could indicate another problem. Now on this TD5 110 Defender, very beautiful example of, we found play on the near side. This will be a bearing in the swivel that's actually collapsed at the top, and you can see the amount of movement where the seal is. You can see that. This is the sort of thing you should be checking for. So just to recap, if the brake is on, the caliper is holding the disc so the wheel bearings can't move, so that will be a swivel. Now if you do have this sort of play and you've isolated the wheel bearings, you could possibly find that it's not a swivel but a loose wheel. Think about it, what did you have to do before you put it on axle stands? Okay, so while we're on the subject of wheel nuts, sometimes they will be extremely tight and possibly over tight. Using an oversized bar is wise if your wheel nuts are really tight. Now using a small bar like this and standing on it is not a good idea. You could actually get hurt. So I'll give you a little demonstration. If you stand on it, support yourself on the roof guard and then put your full weight on it, it could slip round and smack you in the other leg. Preferably get yourself a good wheel brace with a 27mm end on it. This will help you in times when your wheel nuts have been seized on. Another way to check the play is holding the top and the bottom of the wheel and moving it. Again, this is just an exaggeration to see if you've got movement. If you have movement, you have to investigate it further. Okay, a little bit of a confession here. The wheel nuts are actually loose. This was done on purpose. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just nip the wheel nuts up now, and then I'll show you that this wheelbase, okay, has no play in it. It's okay. So optimally, this is what we're looking for. So the next thing to do with your tyre is to spin it around slowly and check the condition of your tyre. You're looking for cuts, bulges, any gouges or cord showing, any tread that might be missing. And you can also check in this way whether your wheel is bent. This will give you a vibration. Check your tread for anything that's stuck in there, cuts, any cord showing or bulb patches or tread that's lower than it should be. you had an assistant to move the vehicle from lock to lock. Now if you do it manually, feel to see if it's smooth and the operation's smooth without any notchiness. You also want to put it on lock, and this is on either side, and then turn the tyre to see if it's catching on any of the suspension parts, like so. Okay, once that's done, you can then put it straight ahead, get the wheel nuts undone and the wheel off. Just remember that you have 2 wheels on the front axle, so do the same for the other side. So remember, we're looking for bearing play or swivel pin lift or play, or a loose wheel. Same applies to the rear axle, but you're really just checking for bearing play here. You don't have to worry about any steering. But you do need to check your tyres regularly to see that they're in good condition.